Hello everyone. Today we shall look into a scenario where we have a table with four columns. The ID column, product column, we have the sales here and the quantity sold. Suppose that we need the total sales for the respective year in columns. We shall try to implement it in different methods and let us write the query. Here I'll write select and let us give the name as total sales. This is the column name which we are giving as total sales. I'll write other columns using case when statement. Let us use the aggregation for the case in individual manner. I'll write case when sales year equal to 1998, then quantity sold and we'll enclose this within aggregation and we'll name it as column 1998. I'll just put a comma. I'll copy this aggregation, and I'll just give the column name as 1999 and 2000. Since there are 3 years in this sales here, I'm just creating multiple case when statements. So here we have created 3 case when statements and then with aggregation from clause sales table. Okay. Now what we shall do is we shall select it. Okay. Make sure that you don't leave the space between that name. Okay, and now you select it and execute. If you see here, we have the column name as total sales where we have the respective years of 1998, 1999 and 2000. So I hope this is a simple case when statement you are able to well understand. Let us see the same execution using pivot function. Okay, let us write the simple query which is select. I'll just name the column as again total sales as total sales, comma. We need those columns which we are going to create in pivot, which is 1998, 1999 and 2000. Okay. Let us write the subquery which is select sales year, quantity sold from sales. Okay. And let us rename it as table 1. What we shall do is we shall pivot, open the parenthesis and close the parenthesis. In the pivot function we need only two things. One is aggregation. The aggregation which we need is the sum of quantity sold. Okay. And the second one which we need is the column names. I'll write for sales year in, we have to give the years. We shall give the copy the years from the select clause. Okay. I'll close the parenthesis. These are the columns which we have created and we are fetching that in the select clause on the top query. Okay. And now I have closed the parenthesis. Here I shall close the parenthesis and name it as table 2 or something, just to name the query. I shall select this query and run it. You could see that we are getting the same result in a pivoted format. Okay, so this is a pivot function where we use the aggregation, and for the respective categorical column which we are going to create the number of columns, what we are going to do is we'll take those columns in the select clause, and this is our simple subquery where we are fetching sales here and quantity sold. Do not forget to name the subqueries so that you could fetch the right information. Let us do the same thing using CTE, and what I shall do is Here we have written, the case when statement. I'll just copy it. I'll just paste it here and let us make some changes. Okay, instead of taking the total sales in the beginning, what we shall do is we have given the case when statements, and here what we shall do is we'll group by sales year. Okay, I'll close the parenthesis, include this in subquery. Okay, I'll write which city as. Okay, this is our subquery, and here I'll write the select clause, select top one total sales from sales. Okay, so what we shall do is we shall enclose this within a subquery again, and we shall call it as total sales. We shall write select, and apart from this column we shall put a comma, and we shall write max of 1998, and we shall rename the column as 1998. I'll put a comma. Similarly, we can write that max of 1999 and name the column as 1999. Similarly, we have 2000 and name the column as 2000. Okay, from the city. Okay, I hope you are able to understand that we have created a simple case when statement using the group by, and we have written the select clause where we are choosing the top one, of total sales where the maximum value is present. So I'll just select the whole city, and if we could see that we are getting the same result, which is total sales, and for the respective years we are able to get the aggregation. Okay, I hope this is understandable. You could practice these three queries, and we shall meet in the next video. Thank you everyone.